Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As I mentioned in an earlier video, I have a new rack on the back of my SUV, and today I'm putting mesh wire in it to make it so that it's not all open bars. I'll give you an idea what it looks like in a minute. Anyway, I'm putting mesh wire in, and I'm using to fill it, to secure it, to fill the inside of it. And I'm using metal zip ties to put it in place. So we'll see how this project goes, but I just wanted to have you with me today so you can see what I do with these rack. I only paid $65 for this rack at Harbor Freight, and it's a decent rack. I've had it for a little bit now. I really like it. Today, prior to putting the wire mesh on, my roommate went ahead and retightened all the bolts to make sure that everything was secure, and they were great. So yeah, let's get started. Let's see, I'm gonna try. Okay, I don't mean to look stupid. I'm trying to figure this out. We'll turn you this way. See if that works. And this is my roommate, Nathan. Okay, so let's just kind of show you what we got going on here. We have this heavy-duty kind of chicken wire here, and what we're going to do is we're going to try and mold it to the inside. Let me show you the rack. You can see the rack. See how it's, why don't you pop that back just so, see how it's open like this? I want to be able to put, you know, camping chairs and stuff like that in here without it falling through. So that's what we're doing here. Just using this heavy duty chicken wire and those zip ties. So, okay, so I think it needs to come. Are you going to be able to mash that in there?
I think so, but we'll see.
Okay.
Might need to use the metal straps to get it to mesh like we want.
It looks like it takes some considerable strength.
Not really, it's just manipulating it is all.
Okay.
Let's see. Don't know if I can do.
It's very stiff wire, which is good. It's good that it's stiff wire like this because it means it's going to hold in place and not deteriorate really quick. Some of the chicken wire out there is very thin and fragile. Let me get my gloves.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, you want to.
You need zip ties.
Yeah,
now?
you want to start getting the zip ties.
Okay, I can do that. Okay. I hope these hold. They seem like they're kind of
We will see.
floppy. Okay, so you're going to use the zip ties to pull the wire down into the cargo rack
Yes.
to secure it. Let me bring the camera over here. I want to
Do that with gloves.
show what's going on. So I'm just going to bring the camera here. Hopefully you can see what's going on. Oh, you know what? Let's flip the camera around. I do it this way. I'll edit that out. Okay, so he's let's see if I can get down here. He's using the zip ties to secure the wire mesh to the rack directly, and that will help with the molding of the wire to make the basket that we're going to do on the inside. There you go. Can you get two of them? Get it through two of the
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Squares?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, no, well, one square will actually fit on the piping, so that's why I was thinking that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Now, these are not tightened down either. They need to be tightened, but
Right,
it
right,
does start it at least.
right.
All right.
So you're getting the idea here of what we're doing. I'm not going to keep you all on camera for this whole zip tie process, but when we get to the cutting and mounting to the side of it, I'll come back to you on this. Meanwhile, I'll see you in a few minutes. So I just wanted to show you kind of a little challenge, not a problem, just a challenge of what we ran into with this. What we had to do is cut the wire in the corner here and fold it to make it square. You can see that's what he's doing. He's snipping it up, cleaning it up a little bit here so that we don't have snags. And what we're doing is trying to square it into this corner here. It's kind of like wrapping a Christmas gift. Basically, I'll come around here and use this as an example. Basically, this is a better view anyway. What he did is he cut down at an angle and then crossed one over the other to square it up. And let's see if you can get an idea. I'm going to zoom in on this so that this way the corner squares up. And we just laid it over itself. It's kind of hard to see on camera. And then we also used to hold it down. So this is a good tip if you're going to do this. If you have some pavers or some bricks laying around, it really came in handy that we have these so that we could hold down the mesh while he's working, putting the zip ties in and snipping. This kind of really is a two-person job because when he was putting pressure on that to square it up, I held the other side over here so that it wouldn't flip up on him. Also, I want to talk a little bit about these zip ties. These zip ties are different from regular zip ties. So Nathan was saying they keep sliding back on themselves. And the important thing is you need needle nose pliers to tighten them up. And gloves to protect your hands. So, and a snipper to snip it off. So anyway, this is the brand I bought. I don't remember the cost of them. They're almost 12 inches long. And they came with a pack of 100. So it's working out pretty good so far. And let's see if I can get in here and you can see what he's doing.
No, I don't know. I can do it. I don't know if I can see what I'm doing.
I'm not really able to get down in there. We go. Yeah, not able to get in there. Alrighty. I'll be back with you. Alright. So the rack is coming along pretty good. I'm going to give you a quick show. As you can see, he's cleaning it up a lot. This is like super important. He's getting all the really sharp edges off of here as best as he can. and unfortunately it wasn't without injury. But one thing he found useful in helping to mold it into shape was using this rafter square. He used this side to push down on it as he walked along the edge of it to shape it. And you can see, look at this, it's looking pretty good. Now this is such a great way to upgrade your inexpensive cargo rack. I mean, I miss my big one, but I'll tell you, to be honest, the weight of this one compared to my other one, which if you go back and look at my videos, you can see old one was it was a rack for my mobility scooter, and I will be eventually getting a new one of those. It will be aluminum when I do get it to reduce the weight. But this thing, I think this thing here, the new one, only weighs like 30 pounds or something. And my mobility scooter, it weighs like 75 pounds. So it's way heavier. But this is turning out really, really good. I'm super excited about it. I will check back in with you in a few to show you the finished product. And again, it was just a matter of using creativity with the bricks and the rafter square to mold it, and using the metal, the stainless steel tie downs. Now, I will tell you, we had to figure out how to tighten the tie downs, the zip ties, the steel zip ties. They're not easy. They're not the easiest to work with, but you need needle nose pliers. Sorry, needle nose pliers to tighten them up, and you have to have a lot of patience. The package that I showed you earlier in the video, it actually has a video that you can watch to see how exactly to tighten them down. So highly recommend. I'm going to drop links in the description for you guys. I will put a link to the actual cargo rack, a link to similar chicken wire that I use. Probably I'm going to check out Home Depot, and it'll be that. And then also to the zip ties, so that you have all the resources readily available for you. And it's just, I mean, look, you can't beat this. A $65 cargo rack and some chicken wire, and the straps I think were like, I don't know, $10 or something. For less than $100, you've got a secure, quality cargo rack that will hold everything in place and be steady for you. Okay, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're a few days later on working on this cargo rack. What's happened is we had some stuff that took place, and anyway, we're dealing with a little hiccup, but we found a solution with the stainless steel tie down straps, or zip ties. Anyway, I'm gonna kind of get over here and show you. So apparently, let me get in here. These zip ties have a ball bearing inside of them, and in order to cinch them and get them to stay tight like this one here, and you can see this one here is loose. That hasn't been cinched and tightened. Let's see if I can get it. There you go. You can see. Anyway, there's a ball bearing in there that has to be tightened down in order to, has to be pushed down in this little area in order to lock it in place. So my roommate Nathan's here. He's going to go ahead and show you what he's doing.
Basically, you just put the tack in to push the ball bearing back as you're pulling the strap. That makes it so it doesn't come back out.
Okay.
If you don't push that in, then it can. I'm just gonna.
Does
push
it come
this way.
loose if you
It
don't
can
push
come-
the ball bearing in?
Yes, it can come loose about a millimeter,
Okay.
which isn't a lot, but if you're trying to get it really tight, that can be the difference.
Okay.
And that's all it is.
Okay, so while these are a very secure way of putting this mesh on here, there's a little hiccup there, a little bit of a challenge with these. These are stainless steel tie downs. So anyway, he's going to go ahead and finish it up, and then when he's done, I will come back and show you the finished product. But as you can see, I have several of these. They're all along the edge. They're all along the bottom. This is to hold it in place so that no amount of vibration or weather or pulling on it is going to remove the mesh from the rack. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to show you the finished product on this side. He went and he used the aviation shears after he secured all the bearings and cut off all the little tags off the end of it, the excess. And then, I don't know how close I can get this, he curled down on every single one of these stainless steel tie downs. He curled the clipped end under so it wouldn't have a snag. See, I can run my finger across it and I'm not getting cut. He did that on every one of them, on the top and the bottom, so that it's secure and safe. Now I want to show you over here. Walk over here. These are the tools that we use. This is kind of important. We use aviation shears. We use the tack to secure the ball bearing inside of the stainless steel tie down. And we use the needle nose pliers to help pull on it while you're securing it with the tack, as well as to curl it under at the end. And what we're going to do now is show you, we want to come and flip it over. This is the complete project, the completed one. These little edges are gonna, he got them as short as he could. Probably maybe find a file in any of the ones that are sticking up, file them down. But this is what it looks like, and it turned out really, really good. I took an inexpensive $65 cargo rack from Harbor Freight, and using the mesh wire and the stainless steel tie downs, we were able to make it a more secure, more enclosed cargo rack so that things don't fall through. Anyway, I wanted to share the finished product with you. It looks really good. I'm pretty happy with it, and I hope you got something out of this video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, if you haven't already. And I just want to say thank you for being here during the course of this project, and thanks for detouring with Donna.